Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In 1991, NASA launched the Galileo. The Galileo spacecraft's mission was to tour Jupiter's system. It was intended to drop the Jupiter atmosphere probe and gather a wealth of data on Jupiter and its moons. The spacecraft was launched from Kennedy Space Center on board the Space Shuttle Atlantis on October 18, 1989. The spacecraft had 3 antennas, 2 low-gain and 1 high-gain antenna to communicate with Earth. However, all was not good and fine for the spacecraft. During launch, the 4.8-meter wide high-gain antenna was folded like an umbrella to fit inside the cargo bay of the Space Shuttle Atlantis. The antenna had 18 umbrella-like ribs supporting the dish. The high-gain antenna was used to communicate with Earth when the spacecraft is in deep space. But there was a problem. When the spacecraft was ordered to unfold the antenna fully, it was not able to open. This was a serious problem as the high-gain antenna was critical for the mission. It was later found that rib 9, 10, and 11 of the antenna were stuck together and did not unfurl. An investigation was done to determine the reason behind it. It was believed that the reason behind the ribs to be stuck together was cold welding. You might be wondering, how can welding be cold? Don't worry, that's why we made this video. To explain how cold welding works, we need to brush up a little on elementary chemistry. Let's take copper as an example. Pure copper is reddish brown and very shiny, but this is not the case with aged copper. Aged copper has no shine to it and sometimes has a bluish green color to it. The reason behind this is a chemical phenomenon called oxidation. Oxidation occurs when a pure metal reacts with the oxygen from the atmosphere and forms the oxides of the metal. The rate at which the oxides are formed varies from metal to metal. For metals which are very reactive, it occurs almost instantaneously. For some metals, it occurs over a long period of time. The formation of the oxide layer is actually fastest for group 1 metals from the periodic table. We'll take potassium as an example here. Pure potassium is generally stored in mineral oil or kerosene to minimize its reaction with oxygen in the air. Potassium is a very soft metal which you can cut with a knife. When cut, you'll see that the inside of that metal is more shiny than the outside layers of the metal. The outside layer is covered by a layer of black substance. This is a layer of potassium oxide. You can notice that within a few seconds, the cut portion of the potassium has lost its shiny property because of the formation of potassium oxide. This oxide layer protects the metal from reacting with the external chemicals. The formation of the oxide layer is called passivization. You might be wondering, how is this all related to cold welding and space? Don't worry, we'll get there. Cold welding occurs when 2 metal surfaces combine together without the need of an external agent like heat or electricity. The reason behind this is the lattice structure of metals. Metals, unlike other solids, are arranged in different crystal structures like body-centered cubic or face-centered cubic. You should have learned them in your high school. In each of the crystal structures, you'll have atoms arranged in its lattice. In between these atoms, we'll have electrons freely flowing. So when we force the surfaces of 2 similar metals together, the electrons flow from one metal surface into the other and fuse them. However, when we try to forcefully join 2 separate pieces of metals together under normal conditions, they don't stick. This is because of the oxide layer that covers them. This is also because of the atmosphere. Small pockets of air are trapped between the oxide layers of the 2 metals and prevents it from sticking. But this is not the case with space. You see, in space, we have no atmosphere. This means we have no oxygen. When there is no oxygen, there will be no oxide layer formation. This exposes the metals. However, the metals will have the oxide layers from their journey from Earth. The journey to space is no joyride. It is perilous and hard. The metals will vibrate and rub against each other. This could cause the oxide layers on the metal surfaces to wear off. When the 2 metals touch each other, the electrons from one metal surface flows into the other metal surface and fuses them. This is exactly what happened to the antennas of the Galileo spacecraft. During its long journey, the lubricant separating the ribs of the antenna had dried out. This caused them to continuously rub against each other and fuse together. Although the Galileo spacecraft had no operating high-gain antenna, workarounds were developed to use the low-gain antenna. Because of this, Galileo was able to fulfill 70% of the intended mission projects. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Hope you understood the topic and enjoyed it. We'll meet again in the next one. Until then, bye.